All right, so let's actually continue. So in this one, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna create a new controller, and then we're gonna create a route, and then we're gonna display the posts. All right, we may actually go in there and just go and insert in here and go and insert a couple of posts. Let's say, for example, here we can go first post. All right, and the author, I'm just gonna keep it web coding, and the content in here, we can pick some fake text by simply go ahead and install this if you want to. You can simply go ahead and grab any fake text or line. So this is corporate ipsum, which is an extension. All right, so here we can go second post like that. We can go for my name, and we can paste this in. We can simply go okay like that. All right, so this will actually insert new post like this in here. All right, so let's go ahead right now and let's open our terminal. Let's go PHP artisan, make controller. Let's name this controller post controller like this. All right, so let's simply go ahead in here and go to app. Let's go to HTTP. Let's go to post controller like this, and here we can simply write our function that will display all posts. So I'm gonna go public function, and then the name of this function, all posts, and inside this function we're going to go ahead and we're going to go posts, which is a variable, and this will hold the data that's coming from the model, and the model is post like that. To get the data, we are going to go for this scope resolution operator and then go for the function, which can be all, which will get all the posts in here. But I would rather go for use the get function. All right, because the get function simply allows me some other functions that I can use. All right, more freedom, so I can go in here which I want. I can go ahead and go order by, which is a function that will order my posts based on a certain column, and this column is the created at, or actually the ID, and I want to order by or get the post order by the ID. I want to get it simply descendingly. All right, so I want to display the latest posts at the top, or the most recent posts at the top. All right, so I need to use this model in here because I'm actually using that. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and import the post in order to actually use it down there. And I want to go right in here. I want to go and return a view. All right, and this view I'm gonna keep it in the posts folder, and it's going to be a view of all posts like this in here. And right along with this view, I'm just gonna go for the I can go for an array like this to send in the data right along with the view to actually display it, or I can go for the compact function, and this will take on my post object. All right there. So this is basically it. Let's now save. All what we need to do is to go ahead right now, create the route, and right after creating the route, we need to create the view and display the data. All right, so I'm gonna go to the routes. I'm gonna go to the web in here. So inside the route, we can all see the route for this, for the welcome page in here, or for the home page. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and just go route. I'm gonna go for the get. I'm gonna go, and I want to hit the slash post route, and in here the next parameter should be the controller, right? And the controller is basically the post controller like that. And go ahead and import this namespace in here in order to actually use it. So import or go use app slash http slash controllers slash post controller like that. All right, so we need to import this. We need to use the class in here, and not only the class, we need to also add a certain method, and the method is basically all posts like this. All right, and I might even give this a name. All right, because we might use this later. So I'm gonna go post.all like that. All right, save this whole thing. Let's go ahead now and work with the resources. Work with the views. So inside the views, I want to create a folder, which is post. Inside the folder, I'm gonna go all dash post dot blade dot php like that. All right, so inside the view, I've already prepared the front end code, which is this in here. All right, take a quick look at this form, at this whole page, which will simply allow us to display. We are going to display the data right in here at this div, and we will also use this form to create new posts later on. All right, so we can simply create a master template in order to inherit from it, because we will need to use the bootstrap link on every page that we will have. All right, so we better create a master template. And if you're not familiar with master templates, well, basically the concept of a master template is that we will create a template that we can inherit from. All right, since we need the header and the footer to be fixed on every page, we can simply write those in this master template, and we can inherit those instead of writing this fault code or pasting this fault code over and over again in our pages. All right, so this will save us some time. So just take a quick look at the practical stuff and you will get it right away. So inside the views, I want to create the layouts folder. All right, and inside that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to create an app.blade.php, and this is basically what the master template is. This is a conventional name for it. All right, so I'm going to paste this in here, which is actually the header. All right, the header code that we need to grab in every page that we'll have, and this is simply the code for the footer. All right, and not only this, we want to display the model dynamically in here. So in order to do this, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go div, just a class app like that, and right in here, I'm gonna go add yield and then pass in the content keyword. So every time we use this master template, we're going to set up some kind of section and we will pass the content keyword to it. Every time a page is loaded, it's going to be, every time we load a page, it's going to be loaded right in here. Since the content is dynamic, all right, we are gonna, and since the content is dynamic and it's also changeable, we are gonna simply use the yield directive like that. So every time we create a new section, it's going to be uploaded in here at the body part. All right, so save the full thing, and let's go ahead in here and use this. So the work with the master template, we can go ahead and go in here, include. Actually, I don't think it's include, it's actually extend, right? Extends, and then let's pass in the master templates. It's in the layouts folder, and it's basically tab like that. All right, and right in here, we can go ahead and we can go create a new section. Inside this section, as I said, we will pass in the content keyword. All right, and then we're gonna just end the section, like that. And inside this part in here, we can simply pass in the code that we want to be uploaded once we hit this route, once we work with this view. So let's paste this in, let's save like that. Let's take a quick look at the code that we just wrote till now. So if we go /post, just like this. All right, so as you can see, we can actually see the content, you know, the view right in here, all right, which we are trying to hit. So I also want this H1 to be right there. So go ahead and paste it like that and save. Let's go ahead and refresh. All right, so this looks a lot better to me. So since we send in the posts to this view, let's go ahead and loop through this. So to loop through this, we are going to use the for each directive. So I'm going to go in here, posts as post, like that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna loop through this thing. All right, so we're saying for every post that we have inside our own post, give me a post object like this. And using this post object, we will have access to every column in the database as an instance. And in here, we want to display the title. And in here, we want to display the content. All right, and the rest of these links are basically links um, for updating and deleting. We're not going to work with those just now. All right, save this and let's go ahead and refresh. This should actually display the content that we have in here. And as you've noticed, we have the second post right at the top and the first post right at the bottom. So yeah, this is basically everything in here. All right. Do we have something else? No. All right. So of course, the code for the design for this whole thing, it's right down at the bottom. The code for this or the link for this code, it's in the description of this video. Right, and if you have your own design, that's totally fine. All right, so this is basically it, and I will see you in the next one.